What is up, boyos? It is a Water Buffalo Man here, and I'm back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so again, Supreme Magnificent Battle. My nose is plugged, so I sound terrible. Against Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta. He is an AGL and then Tech type, I think, is what his two types are. Let me see. AGL then Tech, yes. So that means Broly is going to have a huge disadvantage in this fight. So our first two stages are probably going to need to be exclusively, or I'm sorry, not our first two stages. Broly's probably going to need to be exclusively in a position where he can't get hit. Like, entirely. I know that's common sense, but I mean, like, that's probably how we're going to have to do it. Once we get past this first stage, we're definitely going to need to put Broly, like, off to the side and let Chile and Lemo do all the work for the most part, because Frieza generally would be doing great on the stage if I had more than 55%. I need you to dodge. Broly, Chile, and Lemo right off the rip. Dodge. Thank you. Apparently, these guys have a really good chance to dodge, so... That's a lot of damage. We're already healing next turn. That's cool. Not at all, actually. That's kind of terrible. We brought a... yeah, wow. An Icarus already. It's already done. Alright, cool. Great. That's not exactly how I wanted this to start out. But this is only a two-stage fight, so I should have been a little smarter and probably used the item right off the rip. I should have, because I could theoretically beat this in 4 to 6 turns. So realistically, using the item early on is probably the better option here. But I kind of made the mistake and didn't do it. So if we fail, we'll just run it back again. Not a big deal. It's my mistake, not the game that's on me. But like I said, Broly could clutch through this and completely dominate. And the Frieza could theoretically dodge. Frieza could theoretically dodge or just do a super and absolutely tank it because he's in that position right now. He has his 80% damage reduction. He's greatly raising attack and defense. And if he dodges and then takes a hit, he'll be golden. Or double super. Or, okay, that works too. I'm perfectly... There's the dodge. It's a little late. Better late than never, I suppose. Generally, you'd want to keep... I'm going to... Do I want to keep you two together? Do I want to keep you two together? He has 3 links. 3 links. Let's go like this, actually. No. Nope. We're going to do this. I'm not going to second guess myself. Not going to second guess myself. I don't have any key spheres to drop, though. So we're going to have to go like this. The big issue here is I'm using this, first and foremost. I kind of have to. The big issue is the Ssgsse in the middle is absolutely terrible pre-transformation. He can't tank anything pre-transformation. He just does terrible. So we need him to transform before he's good. But right now, seeing as he's in a good position where he's linking with himself, once he transforms into the Fusion Ssgsse, they're the almost ideally best linking partners. This is fantastic. A triple super from this man. Type advantage, this is fire. This is what we needed to see. I feel good right now about him taking the super even without using the item, honestly. I would have felt great because of how much damage he just did and how many supers he did. So I'd be 3. So he'd raise his defense once and then greatly twice, I think, is how his stacks work for that turn. So his defense would have went up really well. So that would have been great. But the reason I said the Ssgsse number 2 sucks, or Ssgsse the AGL, that's not what I say sucks. He just doesn't tank well, is because I think he only has 40% damage reduction and his defensive stat is not great until he actually transforms. So, realistically, we're not looking at a good situation right now, and that Goku Black did absolutely nothing that I wanted him to do. Okay, cool. So we're going to give you those. Is this the friend one that's 97% again? No, he's 100%. Perfect. I'm okay with that. Give you those. Do you not support anybody by getting Ssgsse spheres? No, you don't. Okay. So, realistically, the only way you support anybody is if I give you a rainbow key sphere at that point. Because the Broly, Chile, and Lemo do work as a support unit to an extent. If you give them 3 of any other type of key sphere other than Fizz, they give them either 39% defense or 39% attack with 2 key, and then an additional 1 key with 15% attack and defense with a rainbow key sphere on that list. So they could theoretically be very good as a support unit as well as a offensive unit in their own right, and they do dodge relatively well. So this rotation coming up is probably going to be the rotation that will really make or break our fight. Because we have the type disadvantage Ssgsse, the type advantage Frieza, and the type neutral LR Ssgsse. I always forget his name for some reason, even though it's the same unit I just said twice. And he just tanked that for nothing. Okay, perfect. These guys are going to launch a double super because they're at 24 key, which is fantastic. And then hopefully my Broly at the end can clutch it. Because if they can wipe out this stage and go into the next stage... Did we use a damage reduction this turn? No, we used it last turn. So we could theoretically use a damage reduction next turn and absolutely beat this stage within 5 turns. And not have to worry about even having Broly transform. I may, depending, transform into the Goku Black's domain if it works better, if it's better suited for the situation. Like if the Broly doesn't have his domain yet, and I know we can finish the fight sooner, I may do that domain just to get that to happen. Get that additional 20% to stats. Perfect. Triple super, wrapped up the Vegeta. Alright, so we're on to the tech stage. I was thinking this would be more difficult than the Trunks, but he also probably hits a lot harder in Evolution Blue. Let's see. Okay, we're getting their transformation. That is key too. That is really nice. Because I think they're at 50% damage reduction at this point, if I'm remembering right. Let me double check. Yeah, 50%. Do I put... How do you work again? How do you work again? 4 turns from the character's entry turn, so it's still only turn 4, so you have that additional damage reduction. But you do want him to get the super off, but I also don't want him to get hit. So what we'll do is this. Sorry about the sniffles again. Did I activate the damage reduction? Nope, but we're going to. I do not even care. We're definitely doing it. We have the support of the Frieza. We have these two who have pretty good damage reduction. Alright, let's try it. Frieza's only going to take 1 hit, which is ideally what we wanted. It's going to let Zamasu get hit. I hope he doesn't stun, because if he stuns, this could put us in a bad spot. So this Zamasu should tank this for almost like nothing. Yeah, I thought so. Zamasu is at max power. I understand everyone's going to be like, well, you used items. Okay, cool, I get it. That was the point of me bringing them into the fight, was to beat the fight with those items. That was why I brought them. I don't care about using items if it makes me win a battle. I really don't care. If I want to run this for no items, I'll do it later on. But the first time running through, I just want to beat it. I want to see what this guy can do. Triple super, again, greatly raises defense, by the way. So it greatly raises defense and attack on his 12 key. And on his 18 key, it's massively raising attack, just normal defense, I think. I just looked at it, too, not even 2 seconds ago, and I cannot remember. Him, I'm still a little worried about, even with the 90% damage reduction. If he were to get supered, I would be a little worried. I'm kind of not going to lie, I'm a little worried about the Frieza, too. Like, I try to, like... I'm more of a damage reduction in items kind of guy versus a guaranteed dodge. I don't believe in the dodge thing, generally. I try to avoid it. Okay, so we got both domains. That is perfect. So let's do this. Broly in slot... No, probably slot 2. What do you get for STR key spheres? Key plus 2... Okay. Is it per STR key sphere obtained, or how does it work again? With... Okay, no, with just 1. Okay. So if we give you those, he gives the allies like an increased buff on attack. 15% and... What was it? 39%? So now that Broly has an additional 54% attack and 2 key, and so does the Goku Black. And we should still have the damage reduction. Yep, this is our last turn with the damage reduction, so we need to clutch it up this turn. There's a 14 melee on the super, which is fantastic. Like I said, these guys massively raise their defense, and they're guaranteed a massively raising and a greatly raising because they're at 24 key, which is awesome. So that's going to increase their defense, and they have a high chance to dodge. I don't think this Vegeta has any cancellation on dodges, so it is what it is if they take a hit. I kind of want to see them take a hit, realistically. Not a super, but a normal, even with the damage reduction. I guess they don't want to let me see that happen. They just want to keep dodging, because Broly, Chile, and Lemon were gods. 26 million on the Broly. I think this might be GG's here. Even with type disadvantage, I think he does attacks effective against all types. No, he doesn't. He just does crits. High chance of crits is what it is. And with that additional support from the Broly, Chile, and Lemo, he's just going to go off. Yeah, absolutely. the Broly Chile Lemo support, plus every time he supers, he increases his own stats from his super attack. And then we have... Who's in slot 3? Goku Black. Okay, yeah, the Goku Black's definitely going to finish him off if Broly... Yeah, Broly's probably going to do it himself. Because right there is at least 66 million plus off 3 super attacks. This is probably going to be game. Oh. Oh. I had to finish it with a normal. How anticlimactic. But there you guys have it. That is how you beat the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta with a Super Bosses team. Relatively easy. Again, don't be afraid to use items. It is okay to use items. At least just to beat it the first time to get that out of the way, get that challenge. But use items, go ahead. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time when we take on probably the strongest stage in the game up to this point, barring the 2 stages that come later, or the 1 stage that comes later, whatever it is. Super Saiyan, or actually not even Super Saiyan Goku, it's Ultra Instinct Goku. But thank you guys, and I'll see you guys then.